Heyo, welcome back to some 5 to 20 minute talks in my car. This is episode 19, I want to say, and I'm going to hope that I'm correct. Um, I hope y'all are doing great. It's been a minute. I haven't been uploading quite as frequently because, to be honest, my brain is just fatigued and, emotionally, I'm just confused. I don't even know what I'm feeling or why I'm feeling. I haven't really stopped to meditate like I usually do. Um, I've been working 50 something hour work weeks, and I hate that I have to do that, but I do. Um, because not only do I want to grow in the place of my work, uh, but I need to become more stable financially. I need to put just as much money away as I can. I'm about to get a truck, hopefully, so the series might change to 5 to 20 minute talks in my truck, which is exciting, for me at least. Um, and I guess today, what's been on my heart lately, what's been on my mind, what I've been wanting to talk about is vulnerability, and how hard it is to be truly vulnerable. Um, and when I say that, I mean just talking to somebody about how you're feeling. And that's pretty difficult for me. And I'm sure it's difficult for some people and it's less difficult for others. And it's one of those things that I either practice constantly or not at all. Um, I feel like I need to share about myself. I feel like I need to share about what's going on in my head, or I'd probably just go crazy. Everybody needs somebody to talk to, especially about the shit that's hard to talk about. Um, and it could be for a number of reasons that you don't want to. Maybe you feel like you're a burden to whoever you're talking to, or you'll feel like somebody will look at you differently from then on, and it's hard to get into. Um, so if you're having trouble being vulnerable, I recommend just sitting in a mirror, and well, not inside of the mirror, but sitting in front of a mirror, and just talking to your reflection about how you're feeling and what you're thinking, um, or recording yourself. Like shit, it's exactly what I'm doing now. And just talking about it, and you can listen to it later. You can just actively think about what you're saying and why you're saying it. And it's a really simple, silly practice, and you'll feel especially silly when you do it in front of a mirror, I find. But it's really helped me work out a lot of the junk that goes on in my brain, especially recently. Because sometimes you just got to sit down and conversate, and if you don't got nobody to conversate with, who better than you? Um, I guess that's just my mentality of the whole thing, and it's hard to be vulnerable, and it's hard to show any kind of emotion, especially just outwardly. And you've got to be strong to do it. And a lot of people hear the word strong and just think of a big muscle head, a big beefcake. But I'm a firm believer that true strength relies on resilience against just adversity in life, uh, the day-to-day struggles, depression, addiction, mental illness. Um, that's what requires true strength. I think strength of spirit and strength of heart is are the most important things to have, and in order to achieve that, you've got to exercise it, and in order to exercise it, you've really just got to talk about it. That's how you smile through the day. That's how you have symptoms of depression rather than only having depression, if that makes sense. And when I say that, I mean a lot of people get down and they'll be like, I'm depressed, and that's who I am. That's just me. And it's awful. It's toxic because yeah, you're depressed, and you've always been depressed, and you don't know when you're not going to be depressed, right? those are just the facts. That's fair. But if you let it change the way you treat people outwardly, and you let it change the way you treat yourself too often, then it stops becoming I have symptoms of depression and I'm battling these symptoms of depression, and it starts becoming I am depression. I am what I've been fighting. And it's I like to personify it, you know. I like to personify uh, depression as a whole, and I imagine him as just like this super lazy dude who's just super negative about everything, just super down on whatever situation, super pessimistic, and I just try not to be that guy. I pretend like he's glued to my shoulder, and like I kind of just put duct tape over his mouth now and then. But I never want to be that guy. I never want to be down on myself. And that being said, my room's a fucking mess. I leave trash out all over the place, and I hardly ever have energy to like pick it up and clean it up and fucking feel good about life, you know, feel good about where I am. And it bothers me, and that's a symptom. And you know, it's something that not only I've recognized, but I can share. And talking about it gives me the strength to assess like this is a problem, this is what I've got to do to fix it. So I think the act of being vulnerable and allowing yourself that vulnerability could strengthen you, and it could help you battle whatever adversity you're trying to fight. Depression, grief, anxiety, addiction. You've got to talk about it with you, if nobody else. So yeah, that's what I've been working on, and honestly, I think I've been doing a very okay job because I'm saving money. I woke up this morning, I showered, got clean, flossed, brushed teeth, the whole 9 yards, as I tend to do, and that's something, you know. It's an accomplishment, though other people can do it easier, or though other people have overcome worse. That's not really relevant to me. What's really pertinent is the fact that I did it today, and I can take pride in that, you know. And I'll keep taking pride in the little things, and I'll keep being vulnerable when I need to be vulnerable, and I'll take strength and pride in that, and my character will keep growing. So my challenge for y'all is to just sit down and talk to somebody about your feelings, and maybe sing Kumbaya in a fucking circle afterwards. Not really, but like just sit down and tell somebody like, hey, can I talk to you about how I've been doing lately? And if they say no, find somebody else, and probably avoid that person because they're not in for your best interest unless they're busy. Just sit down and talk to somebody. And if you don't have anybody and you need another person instead of a mirror, you can contact me. I'll call you, I'll text you, we'll do whatever. And I'm all fucking about it because I love conversating. So hope this helped. Bye.